Hi, welcome. I'm Lisa. This is day 20. I'm happy you're here with me. And the topic for today is defenses are fences. So this is our final day of looking at what purpose sickness serves. And it's important to do that in order to understand healing. And I'm going to be looking at workbook lesson 137 from A Course in Miracles. When I am healed, I am not healed alone. And I love this lesson. And it really snapped me out of my own stories. It says that sickness is isolation, and it's a retreat from others and a shutting off from joining. And I always thought healing was very difficult. I looked at my own anger, depression, my physical states of sickness, and I thought, it's going to take a long time. But when I saw that healing is joining, I saw how simple it is. And today, all we're asked to do is let truth occupy our minds completely. And I'm going to show these illustrations again. And I love it because when I saw this, it really is showing that healing and forgiveness go hand in hand, and they're not needed in the place where you remember the truth. And sadness cannot enter here. And this is what you are. And what I showed you over the last couple days is that the first defense, and it's a fence. Defenses are fences that keep you trapped in a prison house of your own making that does not exist, and it keeps you shut off from other people. So imagine everyone has a fence around them. And everyone who walks this world and who have forgotten who they are walks the world with terror in their heart, in armature. And we pick this up here in time and space, and you don't need the fence. And so it says the first illusion is the belief that you're a body, and this is every story you tell. I'm sick, I'm sad, I'm alone, I'm separate, and that's the first illusion, and calls it a shield of oblivion. And the second illusion is where you attempt by yourself to fix the first illusion. And all it does is create a fence around you, and it keeps you shut off and separate from everything. And from the place where you think you stand, all you see is these clouds, the grievances and problems and sickness and other people and bodies. And what A Course in Miracles is showing us is that healing removes all the illusions around yourself, removes the fence. And forgiveness removes the grievances, and it takes you straight through to remember the truth of your identity as light. And this is just a world of sorrow out here, and it doesn't exist. And what I wanted to show you was the reversal of this, because this illustration is just how it organizes in my mind. In truth, there's no such thing as any of this circles, but this is actually more accurate. And each one of these little dots in here represents the two walls of oblivion, the fence. These are the clouds. And all around you is light. And so what you're doing now in the stillness, when you're pausing in that holy instant, is you're allowing truth to occupy your mind, to remember what you are. And to me, like all these little, light beings are the teachers of God. They're those individuals who have remembered their identity and are expressing the truth. And it's calling everyone out of darkness. And so you're a healer. You are. And I love today's lesson because it says, when I am healed, I am not healed alone. And so sickness is isolation and healing is joining. So what you're doing now is you're allowing your mind to be used constructively. So you're catching every thought, watching yourself like a hawk. And when your mind starts to go into a grievance or a judgment, you catch it and you say, no, I don't do that anymore. I'm all light. And you replace the thought of judgment and attack and anger with blessing. And so you see that sickness is very self-absorbed. All you're doing is thinking about your body and how to fix your life, how to change things. And it's isolation, it's offense. And what I've always seen, it's like the light is always there. And what we do as body identities is block the light because of fear. And like light is very powerful. And the way that it came to me was that when I block it, it turns to sickness in me. It turns to anger and depression and judgment and worry. And eventually it manifests as physical sickness. And so you have to allow the wall to come down, let down the defenses. And what it says in lesson 137, when I am healed, I am not healed alone. It says forgiveness shines away all sins, shines away the grievances, and healing but removes illusions of what has never occurred. And then it says that as you let yourself be healed, you see all those around you or who cross your mind or whom you touch or those whom you seem to have no contact with healed with you. So you're a healer. And this is the space that we're moving into now. You begin to acknowledge you're not alone. You see how you need to let all grievances go because oneness has no exceptions. And so now it's like it becomes just this natural response where you let everything go. And now you enter into a new space, and this is very fearful for many people. They freeze right up because they think, I'm not a healer. But you are. You absolutely are, not in the sense of how the world thinks healing is accomplished, but when you use your mind to just bless, and you're just using it to see the oneness and the perfection in the wholeness in another, that's healing. And you join with them. So before, it was like there was this wall, that's the fence, and you're separate from me, and, we're just different from each other. Healing is the acknowledgement that you're one with me. So when I'm standing here, all I see is your wholeness and your perfection. And quite often, people want to tell me, no, I'm not healed. Look at my broken body. Look, I have no legs. Look at my depression. Look at my anger. Look at my sadness. Look at my story. And you can't convince me. All I see is perfection and wholeness. And what happens is that, I've seen it time and time again, it's amazing, is that people remember the truth because I'm remembering it for them. And in the beginning, it was like a game I was playing. I just thought, I'm not healed. But I thought, okay, I'm just going to step in and I'm just going to really do what the book says. And I began to remember my own wholeness. I began to remember my own completion and perfection. And I saw all states fall away. This is a place sadness cannot enter. And now you're coming into this place. You're remembering the truth of your identity. And so I invite you to read this lesson. It's really incredible. And it says that we're bringing illusions to the truth. We're not trying to fix them anymore. We're just allowing truth to occupy our minds. And there is a practice for today, and it's once an hour. I want you to pause. And we're carrying healing to the world with our minds. And we're exchanging curse for blessing. And we're exchanging pain for joy and separation for the peace of God. And then it says that we're remembering, when I am healed, I am not healed alone, and I would share my healing with the world. So today you're sharing the healing with the world in your mind. You're seeing everyone as one with you. That sickness may be banished from the mind of God's one Son, who is my only self. Let healing be through you this very day. And I love this final prayer. It says, when I am healed, I am not healed alone. And I would bless my brothers, for I would be healed with them as they are healed with me. So today we're simply letting the fences come down. And we're allowing truth to occupy our minds. And you're remembering the light that you are. Light can't be sick. You're whole and you're perfect, and that's the truth of your identity. And we're placing our full attention and focus there, and we're allowing the fence to come down. And so I love you. I thank you for being here with me and for joining me in this new place of really just calling everyone out of the darkness. And right now you're being called out of the darkness. And I thank you for allowing it to happen. And I love you. Thank you.